other phone was actually bit by Duke by mistake. Yes, you've been around people. Hope not traumatizing. It was good actually. It was a nice little change, being back in the city for a bit. But so you're feeding Duke electronics now, high in magnesium. Oh, 100%. He didn't even have it, not even for a split second, and the screen just got smashed under his teeth. I'm like, come on, really? And I was teaching him to actually bring me the phone, and I'm squeezing it too much. Let's just say. But yes, it's been exhausting for him, so he's actually sleeping right now, back and forth. Yeah, it's so I was gonna go get the phone fixed, but it costs too much, so it's better to actually have another phone. I'll buy another unit soon. Are you having a fire? Am I having a fire? No, I'm not having a fire. I'm just sitting inside right now. I just got in, so I need to. I don't know how long I can stay. I'm actually exhausted. It was a long trip, actually. It took a little bit longer than usual. Usually it takes me about 6.5 hours. Took me a little bit longer. There was a lot of construction on the road, so especially before Canmore and close to Revelstoke as well too. Thanks, Liso. So I'm back. I'll try to do some more lives, and I missed tons of questions. I have like probably about 40 questions that I missed from YouTube, from emails. I have a couple shipments I have to go pick up. Hey Pete, how are you? So I'm back again. I'll be working lots tomorrow to actually catch up on a lot of the stuff and definitely answer everybody's questions. And I'm booked all day tomorrow too for the first 6 hours. It is a big country we live in. Maybe I should go. I should move to Russia or something. Forget Canada. It's getting too expensive. We'll leave it in a couple days. I'll WhatsApp you for an appointment. Sounds good. Do you let me know? Let me know. Pete, thanks so much for the donation as always. And I saw your message as well too on YouTube. I'll definitely respond to that. Hopefully, I'll respond to everybody by tomorrow. Love from New Zealand. Cheers. I am back. I am back, guys. Don't worry. I'll be doing a lot more lives, um, as we mentioned, and I'll get back into doing a little bit more videos. I know I had to actually travel to the city. I did pick up about 120 pounds of meat, so this will last me for the next probably 2.5, 3 months. And picked up few things from the city, which is good. And I'll have to finish two major things. Yeah, I got a lot of yak. I picked up quite a bit of yak meat, and the greenhouse actually. I had the water running on, like trickling very very small in the greenhouse for about the past 7 days that I've been gone. So everything kind of overgrown, which is really nice to see as well too. Moving would be a good choice. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Especially right now with the CP rails and all that, everything stopped. We're gonna fall behind quite bad in Canada here, I think. Everything is gonna probably triple in prices. Wait, you'll see that coming soon. So I did fast 24 hours. I just had my meal before I came and saw you guys. I actually ate 2 pounds of yak meat, so that's about 200 grams of protein, which was amazing. And I actually had one huge cucumber from the greenhouse because I went to the greenhouse right away to shut off the water, and they're actually growing pretty big. Like check this out. Look at this. This is massive. I didn't think they actually get that big. That's pretty big. I got like 6 of these zucchinis. Beautiful countryside here. Oil up. You can give Me V-Box. You look like Fernandez, man. United ex-player. Cheers to that. Yeah, they actually all the vegetables. Well, mostly zucchinis and cucumbers. That's all I had, and I just picked up a few of the zucchinis. They actually overgrown quite a bit. I've been using a lot of baking soda and a lot of magnesium flakes. The same way we need magnesium, these plants they need magnesium, guys. So if you're gonna, that's the only time I would actually eat zucchinis and cucumbers, only if I can actually grow my own. But I actually overfeed them with sulfur and potassium and magnesium, so they get pretty big. I wasn't expecting them to get that big, but that's pretty good. From river to the sea, Palestine will be. Thanks so much for commenting. Guys, let's keep the politics out of this. You use baking soda for growing? Yes. So I do use about 1 teaspoon per 1 liter of water. And I do this like, I was doing this once every 6 days, give or take, 5 to 6 days. And I had the whole greenhouse sealed pretty good, so it's very, very humid in there. And they actually grown pretty big. This is the cucumbers that I got. So these are the cucumbers that they actually got pretty big. Not bad, of a good size as well too, Eric. And I did the same thing. I've grown about like 7 different type of plants of cucumbers to see actually which ones are good. These are actually really good for you guys. The only reason that's the only thing I would actually eat in being on a carnivore diet is because they're actually very rich in electrolytes. Cucumbers and zucchini, these would be like my top two for electrolytes. And of course, you're looking for something for nitrate, then you got your arugula as well too. So that would be like the best thing you can actually grow and actually be like a without having any anti-nutrient effect or heavy oxalate deposits or anything like that. And I think that would be the best thing we can do. I grow vegetables, but you're carnivore. Like I mentioned, the only two things that I actually grow as a carnivore is if I can actually grow my own is cucumbers and zucchini. That's it. Due to the limit of because they actually have quite a bit of electrolytes. And trust me, being on a carnivore diet, you do need a lot of electrolytes because we actually overuse them, because keep in mind, we don't store any water at all. And being on a carnivore, if you're 70% eating meat or more, pretty much you're considered being on a carnivore. There's no rules. There's nothing that what people tell you that you can't have certain herbs or certain vegetables. Eat what your body demands and what is required. But of course, don't do it. But as long as you're kind of keeping carnivore of 70 to 80% plus. So my first meal today and only meal after 24 hours, it was 2 pounds of meat just now. What do you think of fruits? Only if you can actually grow your own and seasonal. Not anything you can run to the store and grab it. And I think that's bullshit. The only time I would actually eat fruits when my good neighbor was here. He used to give me a lot of cherries. And now I just eat the only thing that I have here access in Canada right now, which is I got a handful of berries, 1 cup, and I'll probably get some apples grown locally, and that's it. That's a lot of meat? No, it's not. You know, do you guys watch that guy that said nobody can, how you can't handle your protein or you can't hit your protein? You can hit your protein very easily. 1 pound of meat is 100 grams of protein. Chia seeds are garbage. You get nothing from them other than the fiber. I wake up with lemonades. Just don't break your fast when you wake up with lemonades. Just don't add anything else with it, which should be fine. How are berries? I've only had like a small 1/2 cup of mix of blueberries and huckleberries. That's about it. Then that's all I got. It was just I didn't grow any myself, so probably by next year I'll probably grow some. I eat probably 2 pounds of meat a day, but not in one sitting. 2 pounds of meat is not much. Seriously, it's not much. It's only 1 kilogram of meat. I can probably the most I've consumed was close to about 5 pounds at one sitting. Can I eat frozen berries? Yeah, you can eat frozen berries if they're wild or organic, 100%. Maurice, my blood pressure lately has been high. What do you recommend? Why has it been high? Obviously, something is off in your diet. Something you've added, something is off, something is actually triggering to actually be that high. Please contact UPS for the package. They said they were unable to deliver it. I would hate to hate them. I will actually contact them tomorrow, Pete, because as soon as I came in today, they actually left me a sticker on the door. So I got the number. I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow and actually clear the customs because there's customs here in Canada we have to pay. I'll clear the customs tomorrow and hopefully they can deliver it. I think the next delivery would be on Wednesday. I'll let you know as soon as I get it, Pete, because definitely don't want it to go back again or anything like that. Where in Canada are you? In BC right now. What do you think of air fryer? I think they're garbage. They're the same as using a freaking microwave. I would never use them. How can I help my husband with what? How can I help my husband with his bad pause flares up? Book a time with me. We can talk about it, Katie, and we can actually discuss everything in detail. I've been drinking caffeine over 100 milligrams almost daily. Is the only habit I've picked up. Nothing wrong with caffeine, but probably it's molded and it has some type of toxins that's actually causing that. But keep in mind, caffeine does actually flush out your calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B1. So that's why probably your blood pressures tend to go up a bit because you're not holding on too much magnesium. Chickens are healthy then, Eric. Are they pets or to eat? I don't know about chicken. I gotta start. You know what? I've been getting some. I have two things I've been testing right now. So I'm gonna actually probably have a video on it, but we'll talk about a few things. From now on, I'm gonna take one item that everybody talks about it and everybody loves, and I'm actually gonna break it down for you guys. Is it healthy to drink baking soda every day? You can drink baking soda. It's actually good to get rid of lactic acid, but it's actually good to increase the pH level in your small intestine so you can absorb more nutrients. Just make sure you're about an hour away from food. I saw a video about your gut problems. How are your bowel movement back then? Sorry if it's personal. No, it's not personal. That was a long time ago. That was a while ago. My gut is fine right now. Do you recommend using Chilegit? I got a really good brand of Chilegit, and I actually left the box here, so I couldn't use it for 10 days. Pure Black, I have it on my website. I think they're really good. I'm gonna start reusing it again. So this is the Chilegit that I got. You guys should definitely check it out. It's not cheap. This is True Gold. It's 30 grams I got. And I'm probably gonna start using it again because I only used it for about 5 days before I actually went on my little trip. But very, very good. And they sent me their certificate of analysis and all the information written on it. So definitely, I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll make a video on it and let you know what you guys think of it. How long did it take you for your gut issue? The issue in the gut, usually you're gonna start to notice a huge difference within about 2 weeks, but it'll take a long time, roughly at least 2 years to actually reverse any issues you have your gut. It doesn't happen overnight. I got the ionic liquid magnesium by Trace Miller, says 100 microgram per drop. How many do you recommend? 28 drops to get 200 milligrams of magnesium. Al, that's how much you need. And with that brand, you have to take some vitamin B6 and apple cider vinegar so you can get most of it through your small intestine. What's good for high blood pressure? I did an ebook on high blood pressure and how to actually reverse it. But you have to understand how to saturate with magnesium correctly. If you don't saturate with magnesium correctly, you will never fix your blood pressure. Yak meat is a battle for me to get the proteins. Yak meat is yak meat? Yak meat? Is 200 cholesterol high, Maurice? No, it's not. It's not whether it's high or low. It all depends on your whether it's being oxidized or not. I love the mushroom coffee you drink. I ordered it and told them you told me about it. Awesome. Jay, cheers to that. You just reminded me. I should have some. But I'm out. I'm out of the one that I usually drink at night. So I gotta ask these guys to send me some more. Gut is the brain of body. 100%. Can you explain the test on Cavadix that show hearing loss in mice? Not sure why the connection. There's no connection between it. When they did the hearing test, it was actually using the cyclodextrin. I think there's 3 different kinds, and I've responded to a lot of these questions I'll actually, if you want to send me the message, I'll send you some written information about the testing and stuff. This is for transistor radio. I'll send you some information in regards to that. What do you mean oxidize? So what happened is, guys, the way so how can I explain this? I don't have anything. So your artery, when there's when your artery, I can't explain right now because my head is all over the place. When your artery, think of your artery as a hose, okay? And there's different pressure goes through that hose. So when there's sometimes too high of a pressure or sometimes too low of a pressure, and you don't have enough magnesium to keep your arterial system flexible, then you're gonna occur what is called a lesion in your artery. When you have a lesion in your artery, that means you torn your artery or you scraped your artery or you damaged your artery, for example, from inflammation. And inflammation happens from the food we eat sometimes. So LDL, which is your lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein, which is part of your cholesterol, is actually more of a, think of it as, I don't know why people or doctors they call it bad. It's not bad. Think of it as the repair crew. So they go after your artery and they try to actually repair it. But while in the process, they get stuck and they get oxidized. So that's what I mean by whether your LDL cholesterol, whether your cholesterol is being oxidized or not. So they get stuck and they get oxidized. That's when your white blood cells comes to aid and they create the foam cells, and you have your calcium and phosphate and you have your proteins, and then they actually create like a wall. They create calcification. So when you tell me is my cholesterol 200 good or bad, I can't say either whether it's good or bad. It's whether your cholesterol is being oxidized or not. If your cholesterol is being oxidized, obviously your blood flow that creating your LDL to oxidize is the one that has to be looked at and not so much your cholesterol. That's why I always say cholesterol is pretty much freaking irrelevant. Stop looking at cholesterol and look at your artery itself, your flow. Ted, I got your message as well on WhatsApp. Thanks so much for that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do a video on that, 100%, and I'll give you a full treatment. I'm sorry, guys. I do want to apologize for everybody. I have probably like more than 80 emails and lots of messages. I wasn't able to respond because Duke broke my phone, and that's the only phone I had when I was actually visiting the family for five to 7 days. So be patient with me, guys. Give me this week. I'm gonna respond to everybody, and whatever video requests you guys put out there, I'll definitely look into it. What do you think of watermelon? If you can grow your own and it's seeded watermelon, it's one of your best nitrate activator and full of electrolytes. So yeah, there was a fight between Duke and my phone, and of course Duke won. So my screen got cracked, my phone. So I'll get back to all of you guys. And I even when I was driving here, I missed two appointments because for some reason the phone didn't block the time that I'm traveling. So I have to get back to these two people as well, and hopefully I can book you guys for tomorrow. I don't know if they're watching the live or not, but I do apologize for everybody for running a little bit behind. But you know, I can't really yell at Duke. He's my little guy. If you fan of carnivore diet, I've been on a carnivore diet for 10 years. What would you like to know? Cells don't fully uptake water as people would think so. Mix in with a small amount of Celtic salt help? Yeah, 100%. Celtic salt, trace minerals, the magnesium that I take because it does have all the essential minerals that the body requires, 100%. What protein you recommend? Just meat and eggs and cheese maybe. Is there another way to clear out your arteries besides using the Cavadix and enema because of hemorrhoids problems? Not really. So Larry, so think of the so the calcification does not only consist of cholesterol. The calcification consists of cholesterol, like free esters, phospholipids, and a whole bunch of other stuff. and it does contain calcium phosphate as hydroxyapatite, does contain proteins and water. So if you don't do the enema of Cavadix, then pretty much you're not really removing any of the cholesterol. So if you're doing the other stuff, like neurokinase, EDTA, and other things, and vitamin K2, then you are removing the other percentage, but you're not really touching the cholesterol part of it. Does that make sense? Because the calcification is not all 100% cholesterol. It's roughly about 30% cholesterol. About 20%, I did a video on it, about 20-25% of calcium and phosphate, and about 20% of proteins. For GERD, you have to do what is called the food combining, and you have to take some digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Hey Maurice, what's the best cheese to be eaten? Has to be imported and has to be aged. No fresh cheeses. D3 and K2 is amazing too, 100%. 100%. But K2, when it comes down to K2 for removing calcification, keep in mind, 100 micrograms is not nearly enough. You need anywhere between the upper 500 to probably 45,000 micrograms. I did, yeah, Jade. I think I did put it on YouTube. Would there be any reason to load up on carbs every other day? No, there's no reason to do it. Why would you want to do it unless you're actually depleting your carbohydrates quite a bit? Unless you're doing like marathon or anything like that. What about intermittent? Well, how about intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is good. I still do it. I did today 24 hours. You can definitely do that, but you don't have to do it daily. If you're an athlete, like I said, it depends how much carbohydrates you burn. It depends how much you burn. Trust me, we don't burn sometimes nearly enough unless you're doing like a HIIT training. Or you've noticed that your body's be like, I haven't had any carbs for like probably 6 days. So when you notice your muscles, everything is looking like flat. So that means your glycogen levels have depleted. That means it would be ideal to do like a carb load. Are you booking consultation after Duke attacks your phone? I am. I got a temporary phone right now that I'm using. That's how I'm doing the live. Till I get my phone. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I've been using iPhone for the past 12 years, and I think I'm just gonna switch to Samsung because I don't like to be tracked all the time. Carl, thanks so much. You too. Have a nice evening. What carbs do you recommend? It has to be simple carbs because you want a high spike of insulin and you want it to be back to normal stages so it does not cause any inflammation. So something like white rice, sweet potato, watermelon, anything as a simple carbohydrates with high glycemic index. Unexpected weight loss, need protein supplements, no appetite. No, you're not gonna eat protein supplement. Protein supplements are a waste of money. They don't do anything for you. If anything, they're gonna harm your freaking kidney. Eat protein. Eat protein or put like I do. Do what I do. I put like 4 eggs, 4 raw eggs, and I put like one kind of teaspoon of like honey, and put what else can you put? You can put whatever flavor you want and just blend it and drink it. Does being overweight cause gut problems? No, it doesn't. It's just whether your intestine is actually getting all the proper nutrients or not. That's the problem. Lost a lot of weight. How can I gain some back? It depends where it's been lost. Was it lost as water weight or mostly all over or just specific parts? But you can actually gain it back. You just have to eat properly. What amount of carbs do you recommend daily for heart disease? Probably 20-30 grams daily, and maybe you can do like a carb load once a week. I think that would be ideal. Let's turn this light on. Is that too bright? No, that's not bad actually. I can see better. Where is Duke at? Duke is right beside me. He's sleeping. You guys want to see him? Do you guys miss Duke? Actually, he was really, really good with my family, especially with my mom. He would actually sit with my mom every night, every morning, have coffee, and at night, he just stays beside her the whole time. I thought she was gonna be scared. I thought he was gonna be jumping and playing and doing so many things. And he behaved so well. So everybody loved him. Compared to like last year, he was like a little baby. Now he's just, it's almost like a grown man. He just sits and relaxes and watches everybody and has fun. And I took him swimming a couple times to the beach. I'm gonna switch the camera so you guys can see him. And how the hell do we switch the camera? I forgot. We're not doing lives. Yes, see him? There he is. Yeah, he's sleeping in the corner. He's exhausted. It was a long drive for him. Yeah, he came. I played with him for about 10-15 minutes. He ate his food. He had 1 pound of yak meat, and he had one chicken breast and one leg, and that's it. And he's out tired. So I don't want to bug him right now or anything. So we'll let him have his little sleep. Yeah. And we've been up early. We got up quite early, actually, about 5. I packed everything in a truck, and we took off about, I think about 7 o'clock, 6:30 we left or so. It's hard to consume so little carbs. Do you have a 21-day diet plan for such a few? Yes, I do. I do customize diet plans, a 21-day diet plan based on what you're looking for. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for it, and I can design one for you 100%. Does Duke eat raw? Yeah, 100%, about 90% raw, yes. And sometimes if I don't trust the food that I buy, like the meat and the chicken, then I cook it for him. But he still have 3 eggs every morning. I have to cook 3 eggs for him every morning. That's his ritual. We go out, we play, we do like a little walk, comes back, he wants to have his 3 eggs. He's used to it. Usually I like to feed him one meal, but the morning meal I drain him so much, so he wants to have his little protein. Avoiding carbs for 3 months is reverse type 2 diabetes. Yeah, you can do that, 100%. You can definitely reverse type 2 diabetes. But it's not whether you can reverse it in 3 months. You can actually control it. It's all based on your HbA1c level, whether it drops to 5.1. Keep in mind, HbA1c level drops very, very slow. Is niacin with inositol good? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad for controlling like any oxidation of your cholesterol. What do you think of ice bath? I do ice bath, not all the time. You know, it's good for longevity, it's good for your skin, good for your mitochondria. I don't know whether it's good for longevity or not, but it is good for your mitochondria, which is excellent. And mitochondria is very important. And if you're not actually doing like cold breathing or cold showers and stuff like that, then add the creatine to your diet. The creatine is another factor to actually increase your ATP levels and activate your mitochondria. Keep in mind, everything in your body requires energy to run. And if you don't have enough ATP to produce for your mitochondria, you're never going to be able to actually function correctly. Does not working out cause any gut problem? Does not working out cause any gut? It shouldn't cause any gut problems. No, if anything, it's gonna actually help. What do you replace the diet intake with when you reduce carbs to 20 to 30 grams? You increase your fat intake so you don't get any cravings and your body's more satiated. So, and the fat that you have to increase would be more saturated fats, because saturated fats will keep you satiated. I'm asking, does just sitting and doing nothing cause gut issues? Yes, because you're not actually activating the enzymes in your digestive system. How to lower high calcium in your blood? You have vitamin K2 is actually really good. And you have magnesium. You have to have both of them, Sam. Is frozen wild caught salmon good to eat? Yes, it is. Just don't overcook it, because you can actually destroy the omega-3s in it. Or eat it raw, or maybe just cure it. I would actually cure it if I was you. So the way you cure it is get your wild caught salmon, put a couple pieces of napkin under it, put some Himalayan salt on top of it, put it in the fridge for about 6 hours or so, or overnight. Next day, it's gonna be all the liquid that is melted is gonna be dried, and it's gonna actually cure it, and slice it thin and eat it. We want Duke to start doing the TikToks from now? Okay, no worries. I won't talk anymore. I'll get Duke to do everything for you guys. Starting tomorrow. Where can I do to have Epstein? What can I do? I have Epstein-Barr virus. Can't really talk about that on here. I can get banned. Sorry. Keep in mind, guys, certain things I can't really talk about it anymore, because I've tried before and I've been banned 3 times. I don't want to get banned. So certain questions I can't answer. Even if you guys send me a message, I can't answer them through a message. Best way to help my gut health. take some digestive enzymes, do some food combining, and take some hydrochloric acid after every single meal. Gut health is a long-term thing that you actually have to look at it. Don't just assume we can consume and do anything and everything. You have to actually watch what you eat and don't mix it up. Don't mix anything that requires acidity, and don't mix things that require alkaline. You mix them together, you're gonna neutralize your gut. You're gonna neutralize the enzymes in your body. Pope, thanks so much for the flowers. D, cheers. Guys, let's tap the screen. Maybe we'll get more people. I'll stay maybe a little bit longer. Even thought I'm exhausted. I haven't anybody asked me questions like this for a long time, so it's good to get my brain going again. That's so true about fast. It really helps my intermittent fasting. I use MCTC8. Yeah, so this is the one I've been using, guys. I got it back again. So this is the one I've been using, Jade. I don't know if I put it on my website or not. So the MCT8, MCT oil 8. This is a pure 99.9%, and I think this is really good. Like, this is 1 liter. The problem with me is I drink it so much, it's not good. I probably go through this about a week and a half. So I do drink lots. Guys, some comments are being blocked. Very strong stomach spasm, night at bedtime. So strong, it feels like a shock. Any idea why? Yeah, a lot of spasm. You're losing a lot of magnesium. Go get yourself some magnesium citrate and take it before you sleep. That's very, very important, or else that's a sign of a major, major issue is going to happen. Usually when we see that, not to scare you or anything, but we see a lot of people having heart issues. So be careful. That's a sign that you're depleted in magnesium like crazy. Can you fix thin stools? I thought you need fiber. Thin stools. It depends whether they're flooring or not. Is there a test you recommend for gut health diet? A test? Like to check like a blood work, you mean? Or anything? Oh, the gut, all these testings they do like a GI tract and a whole bunch of other stuff out there. Most of them are bullshit and they don't really give you like a full breakdown. And doesn't really mean that, hey, you're allergic to eggs or this or that. That's all bullshit. It's all whether your pancreas is releasing or activating proper digestive enzymes to break down the food, because technically we're supposed to be eating everything raw, so it has its own enzymes. But since we don't eat everything raw and we cook it, we do need digestive enzymes. So that would be like your first step to actually start taking is digestive enzymes before every single meal. Sir, I live in India. Magnesium ionic chloride not available here, but magnesium chloride is available. So can I use magnesium? Yes, you can use magnesium chloride. Just maybe add some Himalayan salt with it, so you can actually get all the trace minerals with it. So it actually absorbs better in your body. And do add some vitamin B6, P5P. I heard the reason carnivore works is because you are removing all bad stuff. You're removing everything that causes, from anti-nutrients to oxalates to effect on the body. A lot of things you're moving from your diet. Yes, 100%. But as well, based on your carnivore diet eating, if you don't eat organs and other things, then you might have certain profiles of vitamins and minerals could be missed. But keep in mind, being on a carnivore diet, we overuse magnesium. So magnesium as a supplement will still have to be added, even if you are on a carnivore diet. What brand of magnesium citrate you recommend? I really don't want to buy useless junk. The thing is, the only one that I've seen that actually work on the front label of it, it would say Calm, Calm. I don't know the exact company name, but that's what it's actually used for. It says Calm, but they actually use bicarbonate, but they actually use magnesium citrate. And magnesium citrate is really good for your gut. Does your website have a digestive enzyme product you recommend? It does have the one I use. Yes. Let me see if I can show it to you. So this is the one I use, the digestive enzymes L, and it is on my website. This is one of the best brand because, and I do take anywhere between 2 to 3 capsules. Unless I'm eating raw, I don't take anything. Hello, what is the best magnesium for mental health? Is it no, don't take magnesium for mental health. Take your regular magnesium ionic chloride and take L-theanine. Don't take magnesium L-threonate because that's gonna be a waste of money and it's too expensive. Anything else I can do to clear out the arteries beside Cavadix? I don't know if you heard me earlier. I don't know if you asked the question. If you go watch my latest video, I talked about 4 different stages of calcifications and what vitamins is required. And I mentioned in each category what vitamin is required. So go watch that video, Larry. It has everything out there for you. From the neurokinase to the K2 to the serapeptase, I mentioned all of them. Yes, calm powder works great. Yeah, that's the one that you need. I think was Ziad. Yeah, Ziad that was asking. So Ziad, if you I don't know if you can see the comment from the transistor radio, the calm powder, that's the one that you need. What does L-theanine does to your mental health? It actually helps calm down your brain, your mood, and actually enhances your dopamine levels. Maurice, will we ever see you eat a big plate of spaghetti and meatballs? Maybe we'll do like a cheat day. I'll have to do it like in a cheat day, 100%. I don't know about the spaghetti. Maybe I can get spaghetti made from white rice instead of freaking heavily sprayed grains. Family members in hospital for a week because of calcium normal 2.2 to 2.5 millimolar. She has 3.8. Yeah, she's probably does not have much magnesium and K2. I would go on magnesium ASAP, 200 milligrams every 4 hours. In K2, you need anywhere in the upper 500 microgram to probably 10,000 micrograms. Cheat on live. Marie, I miss you too. Sorry, I haven't been here for a week or so because I was away looking, visiting the family, and my phone was broken too. Duke broke my phone. Do you have the D3? I don't. No. Wheat not good. Rice pasta is much better. Yeah, if I can find the right here, unless I have to order it from Amazon, I'll probably order like a rice pasta from Amazon, a white rice pasta. And yes, we'll have a cheat day, and yes, we'll have it on live for you guys. My next live is gonna be a Saturday night, so I'll have to actually probably order some. But here, being in the location I'm at, it's probably gonna take like a week and a half to get here. You promised us you'd eat pizza. I know I did promise to eat pizza, but I didn't get a chance to. Quinoa spaghetti or spaghetti squash is amazing. But that's not really cheating anymore. Like squash is not bad. But quinoa, I don't know if I can handle quinoa. I think quinoa is actually like bullshit. Keep in mind, guys, when as me as a person who haven't ate fiber for a very long time, because I've been on a carnivore for 10 years, the moment I'm gonna do a cheat and eat like heavy fiber, like what you guys have mentioned, like spaghetti or pizza or anything like that, I'm gonna end up having like a lot of pain in my intestines for at least a good 12 hours or 14 hours. Because what happened is they actually freeze your intestine. And that's why a lot of you guys don't know this, because most of you guys still eat some of the stuff, or some of you still eat a lot of high fiber. So when your body get used to fiber, it freezes your intestines. So fiber pushes everything through. So I'm gonna end up going into that massive pain. Well, no, it's okay. I'll do it. We'll see what happens. I'll do it and see what happens. I'll probably have I'll have to get some magnesium citrate as an emergency. If it does happen, magnesium citrate is the only one that will actually fix the issue, because it's gonna flush lots of water into the intestine. My heart flutters are really bad. Do I need to see cardiologist, or can I use something to stop it? Flutters. Cardiologists can do nothing. It's missing mineral, magnesium. You have to saturate correctly. I did an ebook on heart rhythm. You can fix it, but it's not gonna happen overnight. If you go to your cardiologist, he wants to do like ablation, or bullshit stuff like that, or give you like calcium blockers, but all that's gonna cause some major side effects. So you have to be careful, and you can fix that. It is 100% fixable. Doesn't magnesium bind with K2 MK7 if taken together? I'm taking magnesium. No, it does not bind. If anything, it's gonna actually help with the methylation of K2, and it's gonna actually help with proper it puts your calcium back to its homeostasis level. Calcification test, like a CAC score test. I need to get all your ebooks. Thanks some. Yeah, get some. Most of them are, well, not. I think I have all of them on there. They're actually really good, and you can buy them all as a package. They are worth it. They actually have a lot of good information, and I'm still working on my latest ebook. Is gonna be big. I would never put any pharma in more. Yeah, we don't want. We gotta stay away from a lot of that stuff. I'm sure we can all heal ourselves with proper food. Like, check out these cucumbers. Like, I'm gonna have this tomorrow. This is like a full electrolyte. It looks so delicious. I left my greenhouse for like 6 days and everything overgrown, which is really good. Where do I get your ebook on blood pressure, heart palpitation? Keith, if you click on my picture, on the top left corner is gonna take you to a page. On the page, if you click on my profile, there's gonna be a website. And if you go to that website, then you can see all the list of all my ebooks there. If you can't find it, send me a DM. I'll definitely respond back and give you the information. I'm getting thirsty. Let me get some water, guys. Oh man, Duke is out. I'm getting tired. How old is to start magnesium? And my daughter is 20 years old. How old? You don't have to. Yeah, I will. This is a magnesium I take. This is a magnesium I want everybody to take. This is a magnesium, and there is no specific age. Everybody should have it. All the kids should have it. Any age. Seriously, you guys all need it. What if I'm eating meat and fruit every day? Do I still to get? Will I still get the benefits? No, you won't. You won't get the benefits of the magnesium at all. Trust me. I've done the testing, and I know I'm doing a test for somebody that asked me as a huge favor, and I kind of regret it, and it's hurting me lots. You guys want to know what test I'm doing? Maurice, I gave my son one of them. How to schedule an appointment with you and start Cavadix? Go to my what do you call it? Appointment on my website. You can go on there and book an appointment. Do you mix magnesium with water? I do, yes. So this is a magnesium I take. Every 40 drops will give you about 200 milligrams. I don't do the 40 drops anymore because every cup of water I drink, I add about 5 to 10 drops, 5 to 10 drops. So I get way more than what I recommend. Sometimes I go, this bottle should last you at least 2-3 months. I go through it sometimes through like 3 weeks. You don't like Paul Saladino? He's okay. He's good. He kept changing his mind so much. I think he confused a lot of people. You should be viral. You are amazing. Thank you. Julia, cheers. Thanks so much. I highly recommend Maurice. He has helped me a lot. Thanks so much, Marie. Really appreciate that. Supplements for ADHD, L-tyrosine, L-theanine. What magnesium do you use? This is the one I use. I have to always step back when I'm showing this. For some reason, it doesn't show on both videos. It's acid trace minerals. It is on the website. The only reason I like this one, it has a proper electrolyte balance. It has all the trace minerals, plus it has magnesium. You can actually use Celtic sea salt to hydrate, but the problem is you need 17 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt to be equivalent to 40 drops of this, Stephen. So 40 drops a day? No, 40 drops per cup of water every 4 hours. That will give you 200 milligrams every 4 hours. Our digestive system can only digest magnesium at a very, very small amount, Al. And the problem is we need it every 4 hours because it has a short life. So you cannot just take it once a day and say that's it, 40 drops a day. No, 40 drops every 4 hours. So that's a lot. So was it 40 drops or 20 drops? Hold on. I messed up. Let me just double check. No, yeah, 40 drops. 40 drops. So you start with 20 drops. This is what I usually do. 20 drops every 4 hours for the first 10 days. After 10 days, 40 drops every 4 hours. If you end up getting a soft stool effect, then you reduce the amount a bit. That means you don't want to get a soft stool effect. If you get a soft stool effect, that means your body's flushing out everything off your system. So you need to actually get that proper level. So Maurice, I have a really bad shortness of breath and it's getting worse. You think this due to lack of magnesium? It's hard to say, but it could be an issue with blood flow, that your arteries aren't flexible enough and they're not vasodilated, right? So if that's the case, then yes, magnesium is what's gonna vasodilate your arteries. But to kind of help magnesium in the meantime, you might have to go on a nitrate supplement so you vasodilate your arteries so you don't end up causing any stroke or any clots or anything like that. Hey Chris, how are you? I thought it was 2 drops per 8 ounce cup. No. This stuff, guys, you gotta take 40 drops to get 200 milligrams. 40 drops to get 200 milligrams. Big hello to Duke. Hey Chris. Duke is out sleeping. I agree. Marie, everyone can learn so much about their health. Highly recommend to book with. Thank you so much, Jade. Really appreciate that. And Marie as well. Thank you. And D, cheers. I'm missing a lot of comments. Where's D? D disappeared. I agree. He helps me a lot too. As consulting, I'm booking another. Cheers to that. 29 drops and 8 ounces of water every 4 hours. If you're using this one, you need 40 drops, but start with 20 drops, Al, and kind of work your way up. Yeah, 20 drops, 8 ounces of 1 cup of water. Do you have to supplement magnesium with your diet? Nutrient diet? Yes, no matter what, every diet, you have to actually supplement with magnesium. Yeah, no matter what. Once you know your maintenance level, once you know you hit that 6 milligrams per deciliter, then you can go on a maintenance level. Yes, Al, you do that for the first 10 days. After 10 days, you increase up to 40 drops. Nice listening to you. Please, how can I help my gut problem? Start practicing some food combining. No carbs with your food. Please speak a lot about gut problems. People speaking a lot about gut problem. Everybody has gut problem. You know, you either eat to fear a disease or you actually eat to heal one. So if you're not eating the correct food, you're gonna cause inflammation. You're gonna cause headaches. You're gonna cause bloated. You're gonna cause constipation. You're gonna cause lack of nutrient absorption. And on top of that, you're gonna actually activate a disease. Your gut plays a huge role in this. So you either eat to fight a disease, so you eat to stay healthy and optimally. So guys, do me a freaking favor and stop using food as entertainment and use food to satisfy what your body requires. So technically, if you're eating a meal, don't mix it up. Would you recommend brown rice or white rice? I would recommend white rice, not brown rice at all. So keep that in mind, guys. So if you're eating meat, don't go ahead and mix meat with simple carbs and complex carbs and fast and everything else. Just, stick with how can I say this? Meat needs acidity. Carbs, they need alkaline. When you combine them together, you neutralize your enzymes, your acid levels. You neutralize everything. So you're not actually digesting the food. You're actually causing more of a fermentation issue. It's sad. It's a sad world to live in, a world where food is literally the #1 entertainment. They taught us to make food entertainment. We can't function without food, and it is sad. It is sad that we actually gone to that far. I had my aortal valve replaced 2 years ago because it was bicuspid and severe calcified. Oh shoot, okay. Yeah, you should be going on nitrate supplement for the rest of your life to kind of keep your arteries vasodilated. Just started watching you, Lifesaver, ordered Cavadex, CAC score 331, hoping to resolve. Keep me updated, Fred. I need to know the after results once you do it, once you actually do like a full cycle. Keep me updated and let's work hard to actually make sure everything is 100% working to your optimal level. What's good dose for L-tyrosine? Oh, you can go anywhere from 500 to 5,000 milligrams every 4 hours. Take it on an empty stomach. It's pretty amazing. But I want to get to a point where I can eat cheeseburger once in a while and not have an issue. You can do that. It's very simple. What about if I told you you can do it once a week? Would you actually follow a good diet? Thanks for answering my question in TikTok, Maurice. No problem, Matt. Anytime. Anytime, guys. So if you do want to cheat with a cheeseburger once a week, if I tell you this is what you have to eat for 6 days, and this is what you can do on the seventh day, would you actually do it? So that's where the carb load came in effect almost about 23 years ago for a lot of bodybuilders. That's what makes a cheeseburger special, not having it all the time. So there you go. So back in the day when I used to do a lot of bodybuilding stuff, we've always looked forward for that cheat day because we're gonna actually indulge in that cheat day. But imagine you go so strict for 6, 7 days and you indulge in that one meal so much that you feel freaking exhausted the next day. And sometimes when a week later comes back again, you don't want to do it anymore because you're still exhausted from it. So, and that's how we can actually start to cut down on these cheat days. Instead of being once a week, then it becomes once every 2 weeks or once a month. But that cheat day is very important. It's very, very important to actually refuel your glycogen storage without causing any inflammation to your system. Do you think cognac, that's like a konjac noodles instead of eating whole grain noodles is best? What's konjac noodles made from? Konjac. I haven't heard. I've heard of it, but I never really looked into it to see what they're made from. Konjac. I gotta look it up. I don't have my computer phone with me right now to check. Should I take methylcobalamin 1000 micrograms daily, or can I take more? You can go up to 2500 to 5000 micrograms. I would only say go 5000 micrograms if you have an issue with your methylation. But yeah, Pope, you can definitely cheat with a cheeseburger. So I'll tell you how I do mine, for example. Ziad, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, but definitely keep me updated. Let's do that. And thanks so much for the first Super on live stream. Cheers to that. Thank you. And guys, I did open up a membership, a member-only site on YouTube that, what happened is I'm gonna start putting some little bit of a private videos. It's gonna be a lot of private chats at different timing on YouTube and everything. So I'm trying to actually monetize that. So if you guys become a member, it's a very, very small amount. It'll greatly help and definitely is gonna benefit you as well. What vitamins can I use for my gut, please? Sherry, grab a pen. Once you grab a pen, send me a message right now here and I'll tell you what to get. And Ziad, look into the nitrate supplement. I do have it on my website. I take it for the rest of my life. I've been taking it for 10 years now because I had very similar issue at very young age due to a hereditary issue. But I have to be on it to actually keep my arteries vasodilated. No matter, even thought I eat healthy and everything, sometimes some of us have a specific genetic that actually we can't really run away from. What can I take for constipation when taking GLP-1? Take magnesium citrate, about 400 grams, 400 milligrams, not grams, sorry. What's a good test booster? Boron is good, but you gotta take about 32 milligrams of boron. That's not bad. Some people say that Tribulus tetris works okay, DHEA if you have access to it. But sometimes it's not so much about boosting your testosterone. Sometimes you could be estrogen dominant. And if you're estrogen dominant, no matter what you do, your testosterone will never actually increase. So I would actually get a blood test and check your estrogen levels to make sure you're not estrogen dominant first before you go ahead and spend money on testosterone boosters. And if you're not willing to take the testosterone booster for a good, like as a supplement for a good year, then you're wasting your money. then probably I would recommend going to something else. Boron, a new one for me. Lol, sounds like nope, not gonna say. And the nice thing about boron is good for men and women. So for men, it does increase their testosterone levels. For women, it does actually enhance their estrogen and lowers their testosterone levels. Sherry, so you need to take digestive enzymes 2 to 3 capsules before every single meal, whether it's a freaking snack or not. And I highly recommend not snacking. And you have to take hydrochloric acid after every meal. Now, the way you take your hydrochloric acid, you have to take enough till you feel that heartburn feeling. If you feel that heartburn feeling, then you're taking a little bit too much. You just have to reduce the amount. And as well, these would be like your top two. And food combining, so never mix carbohydrates or simple carbohydrates with any of your foods. So if you're eating protein, eat protein and fat. If you're eating carbs, just eat carbs by itself. Don't mix protein and don't mix fats with it. Can I stick with the carnivore diet with having high uric acid issue and high cholesterol on blood thinners, medications? Yes, you could. The high uric acid, nothing to do with the carnivore diet. It's actually originated from having too much fructose in the beginning. And high cholesterol, your LDL is gonna go up, which is normal on a carnivore diet. So sometimes you have to adjust your fat intake based on your body, based on your energy level as well too. First one back, please. Digestive enzymes. I need me some of this menopause women who going through this or yeah, you can do the boron, but it does take anywhere between 3 to 6 months to actually hit. It doesn't just happen like overnight. And if you're taking a blood thinner medications, you can almost replace that, with some probably like neurokinase, garlic. I would actually check, Mustafa, I would check your fibrinogen. It's a biomarker to see if you have a clotting issue or not. Um, Menopause, Maurice, what helps mostly? DHEA. Can I take methylcobalamin with tyrosine in the morning? Yeah, you could, 100%. Wild yam, amazing for menopause. Yes, wild yam works good as well too if you're not able to get. Sorry, guys, give me a second. How much K again? Sorry, I missed those. What was the question? For calcification, you need anywhere between 500 to 500 micrograms to about 45,000 micrograms. It's quite a bit of vitamin K2, but I would actually start taking magnesium with it as well too, so you can actually get more of it. I need to reach out to you this week. Chris, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Oh, you looking tired now, Maurice. Go rest, Superman. I need to go close the door so Duke doesn't try to kind of go out at night. He sometimes wait till it's like pitch black. He'll be like, I'm sleeping, he's sleeping. And he goes through the screen door so he stays outside. So he's not allowed to do that. So I gotta go, but I gotta order a new phone tomorrow. I haven't ordered one yet. I have like 5 phones in my shopping cart in Amazon. I don't know which one to get. I'm never gonna spend big dollars on a stupid Samsung phone or iPhone. I'm just gonna buy like a cheap Chinese phone from Amazon with a nice screen so I can do my live chats and that's it. And I don't care about, they're all gonna have, I don't want any spying phone on me. I don't want no face recognition. I don't want no tracking. I don't want nothing. Just wanted simple phone so I can actually respond to you guys and do my lives, and that's it. And I don't want to lose I lost everybody from WhatsApp. I can't believe they won't actually switch it from my old phone being broken. I couldn't see the screen anymore to my temporary phone that I'm using right now with you guys. My brother gave it to me, and I won't even switch all my WhatsApp. So that's why I had to send you guys a message to actually send me a message because I had nobody's contacts anymore. Maurice, you should start a diet challenge or sugar-free challenges for our health. Okay, well, what do you had in mind, Marie? Let's start one. Let's do a challenge. And what do you guys want to win? We can maybe do like a prize. We can go like 30 days no sugar. Oh, that would be good. 30 days no sugar. 30-day challenge, no sugar. No processed. No seed oils. No grains. What do you guys think? I think that'd be awesome if you can do it. 30 days no food. That'll be tough. That'll be very tough for a lot of people. I think the most I've done was like 5 days. Nokia has some nice mobiles. Nokia, they make some nice phones, but they're very expensive too. We can make Duke. You know, uh, Duke. When I was in the city, I opened the back door and Duke ran through the back door, and I just lost him for like 5 minutes. And he tricked me. He actually went from the back door, and I freaked out. I started looking for him, call him, and he came all the way in the front, and he knocked on the door, and my mom opened. She opened the door for him. And I was actually freaking out trying to look for him for like 15 minutes. And my mom called me. He's like, "Oh, he's here in the front. He's sitting with me." So he tricked me. And I turned pale right away because I kind of got used to him so much, right? He's like my little kid. I get too attached to him. How can I replace sugar? You can replace sugar with saturated fats. That's the only way we can replace sugar, guys. So I'll give you guys an example. So usually an average person will have a steak and piece of meat. Give me a second. He woke up. He's trying to go outside. Give me a second, guys. Oof, that was close. Okay. Um, so what happened is when you guys have a regular meal, let's say you're having a steak or you're having chicken or fish, for example, no matter what, we always want to have fruits. We always want to have something after sugary because we have that craving. Now, the only reason we have that craving is few things. One is because we are insulin resistant. That's one. The other thing is because you're not satiated enough. So what keeps a person satiated? Because when you eat lean, you're never gonna be satiated. When you eat lean, you're never gonna be satiated. So when you eat lean, you always have to add some fats to it. Like we're talking grass-fed butter, we're talking ghee, we're talking suet, we're talking, let's say, avocados, more, but try to kind of aim more of the saturated fats because the monounsaturated fats won't really keep you satiated as much. So it has to be like rich saturated fats. So it could be cheeses, could be egg yolks. So that's why I tend every time I have the yak meat because it's very lean, it only has about 2%, sometimes 5% fat, which is very lean. I would actually throw about 4 eggs on top. So this way I can get an extra 20 grams of fat with it. And that's the only way you can actually stay satiated. Or possibly you can put maybe some coconut oil with it, or coconut butter, or ghee, or anything like that, just to kind of get that richness in it. If you don't, you're always going to have that after effect of a craving that you need something sugary to actually satisfy your needs. How scary the thought losing furry family member. It is scary because it happened to me twice already. With him running away the last year. It took me roughly about 45 minutes to an hour to find him. He came back, and this time he did it like only a few minutes. It freaks out, it freaks a person out. Even thought, you raise him, all that stuff. I just don't like the idea. I like to actually see him around me. I need to leave now, Maurice, and a new friend, yoga, meditation, and work for a couple hours. Sounds good. Cheers, D. Have a good day. Thanks so much for the gifts and joining us. I will start the 30-day sugar-free challenge. I will start tomorrow. That's me, Maurice. Sounds good, Maurice. I'm going to hold you accountable. Hi, Maurice. How to reduce hot flashes? Hot flushes? You got to check your DHEA, probably. Get an invincible fence. I can't. Um, they don't actually offer one here in the location because it needs what is called a GPS tracking. And the problem is with the GPS tracking, they want to charge here in Canada, where I'm at, they want to charge a monthly fee. Plus, it doesn't work in the area I'm in because they sent me a sample because closest tower is very far. It's about 14, 15 kilometers away, and we don't get proper GPS signal here. We get no signal at all. We run everything off Wi-Fi. So I think that'd be very, very tough. Very tough. D, thanks so much for the roses. Enjoy your day. Cheers. Can't believe it's only 8:30. Is it 8:30? Yeah. So it'll be tough. I do have a huge fence here, but I like to actually walk around with him sometimes with no leash all the time. He's really good. He actually focuses and he stays beside me, but it's the distraction. It's the distraction of other animals and bears and coyotes that gets him to actually run around and stuff. Hello everyone. Been busy and sorry to miss Maurice Lato. No problem. I haven't been here for a couple of days either. It's been very, very tough. But you guys, I do have the video recorded as well on YouTube, so you can definitely always go back and watch it as well too. It's 11:30 p.m. on your time. It's pitch dark. That's it. The summer is over. It's unfortunate that it was so short. We didn't really do a whole lot at all, and it went by way too quick. Lily even thought if it is pre, you can always check your DHEA because it plays a huge role in that. And I know probably Dee is gonna say, like the wild yam and the HEA, all that stuff does work. You just have to know what your biomarkers are at as well too. But there is some herbs you can actually use as well. I just can't remember at the top of my head right now the names. I don't have it with me. But definitely check it out. Send me a message. I'll send you the names of the herbs. I just don't have them top of my head right now. Been a long day traveling, 8 hours. Homeopathic stuff works really, really. I used to use them like almost years ago, and I haven't got into it. I didn't know they were still that popular or not, but probably they are. Should men take DHEA? If you're gonna be taking DHEA, you're gonna be taking in the upper 50 to 75. But the problem is, women will actually benefit a lot more with DHEA than men does. EPA, DHA, what is better, krill oil or the Carlsons? Neither. Neither. I wouldn't take any lateral. If anything, you want to take would be like cod liver oil. Krill oil is very, very expensive, or just take DHA. You don't need EPA. EPA tends to oxidize. Your body uses DHA a lot more, and if requires, then we can. It does. I heard it does do its own conversion to EPA if it's required. Good night, everyone. Looking forward for Saturday Night Live. Cheers. Time for me to go to bed. Leave with D one for a night sweats formula. Hi Maurice, tried to book one-on-one at 3:30 today, but I guess you must have been busy. Can you reschedule that? Hey Daryl, I did send you a message. Unfortunately, I was actually driving. I was on a 7-hour trip back home. As soon as I made it here home, after a 7-hour drive, I saw that we did have an appointment. It was 2:30 my time, 3:30 your time. And can I reschedule it for you for tomorrow the same time? Would that work, Daryl? I do apologize because I tried to block the whole Monday for my traveling day, and for some reason it didn't work. It was still allowing appointments to go through. Sherry, I'll be doing live probably every day. Usually I do lives every day. But I haven't just because I've been visiting the family for the past 5 days and I just got home, so I should be good for doing some lives every day with you guys. Um, Once I catch up to everything, so tomorrow would be good as well too. Good night, Jade. Thanks so much. Yes, tomorrow same time. Okay, I'll send you the invite again, Daryl, and we can have it tomorrow same time. Sounds good. And I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it or not. Sometimes it might have gone to like a junk folder, but no problem. I'll send you another email with the proper invite for tomorrow. What time do you start your live feeds? It's tough to say, Al, but I'm trying to kind of like right now. It's my time right now is about 8:38. So usually I like to start about 7 p.m. After I'm kind of uh, finished feeding Duke and I have my dinner, and sometimes that's when I actually would sit and spend an hour, 2 hours with you guys. That's been like an ideal time, but I've been fluctuating because I'm trying to finish my tiny house as well before the winter. I still have two major things to finish, so it's tough, but usually around that time would be the best. Hi, I'm an acupuncturist. How integrate with red light and microcurrent? How to integrate what? As being an acupuncturist with red light therapy? You can actually use the red light. You probably already use red light therapy with your while doing acupuncture on a person. Don't you place the red light therapy to actually allow more stimulation? That works. House looking good, Maurice. Yeah, it's starting to. Still a lot of stuff to do. There's a few things to finish, but it's kind of stressing me out because I'm getting water leakage every time it rains because the hole for the wood stove and the wood stove parts haven't arrived, so I have to go drive about an hour tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, probably Wednesday, to pick up all the parts, and hopefully I can finish the wood stove at least. If that's done, then at least that's one of the headache. The other one is just the water line. I have to change 100-foot line and put it between the creeks so it does not freeze. If it does freeze, then I won't be able to stay through the winter. I'm using on medicine. Where is tiny house in BC, in British Columbia, in Canada. So the water line that I'm gonna be doing is tomorrow because the other water line that I got was a 2 inch thick, and I'm having a hard time bending it. You need like a machine for it. Almost broke my hand last week trying to do it myself. It's very, very tough. I shouldn't have bought anything that thick. So I'm gonna do work with the 1 inch and get that underground all the way to the tank, and hopefully uh, plug it all in and run it through the motor, and hopefully nothing freezes when the winter hits. That'll be good. Um, are you a doctor or a biologist? I can be both if you like. Or I can be a herbalist or a nutritionist. So it all depends. So sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I'm 20 years old. Sometimes I wake up, I feel like I'm 40 years old. So I could be either or because all these, doctors and biologists and nutritionists and dietitian, all they do, they go to school and they actually they buy some books that they already pre-existed in a freaking library. They read them, they do a test, and they say, "Hey, I'm a dietitian or I'm a biologist," but yet they never really update their brains on a daily basis to know exactly what's going on. So tell me, is that paper really necessary, or is that paper really crucial, or is that paper just bullshit to hang on the wall that costs you over $100,000? What do you think someone with diabetes eating meat every day? Nothing wrong with that. Eat meat every day, then you can actually reverse your type 2 diabetes. 100%. Maurice, do you have a backup plan if something fails in the winter? I'll have to head to the city. I'll have, if anything fails, if the water fails, then yeah, I have to head to the city. Because last year I didn't have the line in yet, and I actually, when the winter hit, I was getting water from the creek to use for the bathroom and the dishes and the drinking water. So I was constantly going to the creek and filling up with water. But I knew I wasn't gonna stay for the winter, so I was gonna actually head to town, to the city. And this year, either way, I'm gonna head to the city in December to go see the family and Christmas. So when I go there, I won't be able to come back because the roads will be closed, possibly, or it'll be very, very tough to drive. So I'll probably go and spend, Christmas and New Year's with the family, probably come back again in March. But through that time frame, I just don't want the water line to freeze, and I'm hoping it'll work because I did have to borrow an excavator to actually dig one of the line about 4 feet in depth. So we'll see how that goes. I am up north, yes. I've never found a dietitian that helped. I have type 2 diabetes, 14 weeks carnivore, and improving. 100%. Carnivore is the way to go. Like, you're not going to be activating your insulin at all. You're going to keep your HbA1c in one balance, and you're going to become more insulin sensitive. That's the best way to do it. What do you think of coherent water? What do you mean by coherent water? Can you give me some explanation, please? Beautiful area you are in there. It is. Is it lonely up there? I have Duke that keeps me occupied all the time. It does sometimes, when you visit the family and you come back here, it does hit you. Sometimes, you feel a little bit stressed or depressed because, you go to one side where you have all your family there, then you come back to another side, you're pretty much all alone. Well, structured water, when you look at structured water, where we get structured water from eating like raw meat, from eating certain fruits that you actually grow it your own, that is actually grown based on season. Even if you have a cup of water where it's actually sitting and the sun is hitting it, it actually turns into structured water. Even if you have infrared light hitting the water, that becomes structured water. When you have trace minerals or when you add your own trace minerals to the water, you should never be drinking empty water. Empty water, that's going to cause a lot of strain on your kidneys and it's going to flush out other minerals. And yet I still see people, their doctor tells them, hey, you're supposed to be drinking like 2 liters or 3 liters of water or drinking like 8 cups of water. You don't need that much water. Some days, like today, I've only had probably about 3 cups of water all day. So we don't need that much water as long as you're consuming the correct food, that some of it has to be raw so you can get the proper nutrients from it. So when I eat my meat raw, when I eat the meat raw, I don't drink any water. It's the same thing when you're feeding your pet, your dog. If you feed them raw, they consume zero water. But yet when you feed them their own processed food, they end up drinking more than a liter of water about half hour after because it's so drying and so dry that has no enzymes in it or nothing. So yes, so water has to be structured for us to drink it. Or some people might call it easy water. So it's actually recognized by our body. I actually went on when I was doing full carnivores, like strict carnivore. I did 4 years straight of eating raw meat. I still do it right now. 80% of my food is raw. I do cooking about 20% of the time. So what is your thought on structured water, Mary? Unless you had something else in mind. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Mostly yak meat. I get yak meat directly. It's grass-fed, grass-finished from one of the farmer that I know. And I do a lot of fishing and stuff. Hunting season hasn't started yet. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing hunting this year or not. I came to this area recently, so I haven't really looked into it. But I will soon. Mostly it's gonna be probably elk or deer. Well, definitely, if I heard there's a lot of rabbits in the winter time, so we'll definitely be looking into that as well too. I will have to try that out. What do you recommend? Beef or lamb or goat meat? For raw, you can try any of them. I've had beef, I've had raw beef, raw lamb. I haven't had goat here. We don't get goat meat at all here in this area, actually. They live in Calgary, about 7 hours away, 6.5 hours away. I favor overall coherent crystals, water, frequency, kindness. I favor overall coherence crystals. Crystal free water frequencies. Kindness. I gotta look into that. I haven't really seen that before. Is that so? How so? Tell me about it. The crystal water frequency. I don't. I used to speak French. I spoke French for 10 years, but since I've been in Canada, I haven't. Uh, you're from Quebec. I can read French. I can understand a little bit, but I can't really respond good. How does someone eliminate bloating? It's your digestion, your enzymes not functioning correctly, or possibly you could be consuming too many things at a time. Best to take probably digestive enzymes to prevent that. But if it's happening all the time, it's mostly digestive enzymes and magnesium that is actually missing. So you are in Quebec, Mary? What are your thoughts on berberine for high cholesterol? I did a video on that actually, in berberine for high cholesterol to actually prevent oxidation, lipid peroxidation with resveratrol. I speak four languages. Where are the ancestors? I'm from Lebanon originally. I sell sometimes live or wax. I speak Dana, aka D, isn't that language? Yep, sounds good. Uh, Oaxaca, Mexico. So that's where you live right now in Mexico and Quebec. Any thoughts about hydrogenated water? I think hydrogenated water is overhyped, and I think it's bullshit. That's my point of view. When hydrogenated water came up about 6 7 years ago, I was part of a biohacking team, and they sold me a machine for $7,000. I've used it once, and I've used it once that it takes you 20 minutes to make hydrogenated the 1 cup of water, and I think it was bullshit. The whole concept behind it maybe is good, maybe not, but I think we over paid for it, and the company went bankruptcy, and now they're coming up with a hydrogenated water where they're selling you a machine probably for like $100, $100. A connection? No, there's no connection with carnivore diet and colon cancer. And any type of cancer happens because due to coagulation. I'm going to India in November for 1 month, going to ashram and studying with a yogi. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it is a horrible water. I think it's just bullshit. Best amino acids? Your meat. Eat your meat, you're gonna get your amino acids. It's so drying on the throat. I think there's something hidden behind it. I think it's all bullshit and hype. They're just to sell people products. And we all know who's kind of been pushing these products like lost lately, you know. Same with osmosis. I think it draws all the minerals out. You still have to add some trace minerals to it. So a lot of the stuff out there is just it draws so much things from they're trying so much. Well, yeah. There's so many things out there. There's so many companies, there's so many things that actually they're trying to kind of push on us and sell on us, from water to filtration to other things, and yet, we just have to kind of be careful. Meat is lowest in toxins. It is like, but you have to kind of keep in mind when we're talking meat, we're talking like fully grass-fed, grass-finished. If you're not able to get grass-fed, grass-finished meat, and you're buying mostly commercialized meat, just stay away from the fats because all the toxins are gonna actually accumulate in the fats. And if that's the case, then add, your own fats to it, such as grass-fed, grass-fed ghee or butter or possibly eggs or cheeses, something that is actually what is made. It's a clean source. I do grounding every day, Mary, and I do have a grounding sheet that I sleep on as well too. So yeah, 100%. I'm a huge fan of the electrons when it comes down to grounding, and I think everybody needs that. I have sprinted my ankle. My doctor gave me meloxicam for inflammation. Any thoughts? That works not bad. Works not bad. It's gonna help with the reduction of the inflammation. Sometimes, things like that we might have to take temporary. Just you're probably not gonna take it for a very long time. Probably about a week or so. Not for a very long time. What think of the halal? It depends. Some people are using the words for other things. I can't really say right now. I can get banned for it, but you know, whether I believe in it or not, I don't. Sorry to say that, but because it's not truly, it is what they claim it is. Yeah, grounding is amazing, and it's night and day the way you feel the next day, especially when it comes down to inflammation and recovery. And recovery rate is amazing. Okay, guys, I'll take one more question, and I'm gonna probably go to sleep soon because it's been a long day. How can we help you since you help people? I don't know. I don't know. Like a lot of everybody on here on the channel is either they donate or they actually join my membership and stuff. Anything you guys do is always gonna be 100% appreciated, no matter what it is. I can't ask for anything more nor less. AM4646. Check out my latest video on YouTube, please. And I actually did a whole video on that, um, and about reduction and everything. So definitely check it out. Would be great because it does have all the information. It's only about, I think, 5 or 7 minutes. Are you familiar with hijama? Tell me about it, please. Hijama. I don't think I have. I've heard of it, but I can't remember. What is it about, Mustafa? Tell me about it if you get a chance before it's late here. Do you take your L-theanine already? You're usually sleepy after. I haven't. I haven't. I've been out for 4 days. I don't have any right now. I gotta order some more. I'm totally out. Thank you for sharing your time again. Sleep well, Maurice. What's your worst trauma? I almost drowned once. Can't talk about that. It was a long time ago. Thank you, Rest Easy. Thanks so much, Mary, for joining us. Yeah, that was a long time ago. We'll talk about it maybe in my next